This is the story about the Inuit creation. Raven made the world and waters with the beats of his wings. He had the powers of both man and bird, and could change one to the other by simply pulling his beak above his head, like lifting a mass. Then his earth was dark and silent. So he created the waters, he created the mountains, and he filled the lands with growing pea pod plants. After 5 days, one of the pea pod plants burst open. Out popped a fully grown man. This man is the first to walk on Raven's new earth. At first, the man was dizzy and confused. So he took a drink of water from a pool, and that made him feel a little better. As Raven soars into the skies, he notices the movement below. Then, after a long time, man and Raven were staring at each other without saying a single word. Finally, Raven spoke. "Who are you, and where did you come from?" I was born from that pea pod plant," replied the man. Raven was astonished. He never knew something like this would happen. But then he was pleased, because now his earth will have inhabitants. Raven asked, "Have you eaten?" I had a drink of water," replied the man. "Wait here for me." So then, Raven took the form of the bird and he flew into the night sky. Man has waited for Raven for 4 days. And then, finally, Raven returned, carrying 2 raspberries and 2 heat berries. He gave them to the man and said, "These are for you. They shall grow all over the land to feed you." So man took the berries and devoured them in one gulp. Raven realized that those berries won't be enough for his hungry creation. So Raven began working on clay to form 2 fat mountain sheep. Bah, bah, bah. So as he waved his wings over the sheep sprang into life. Then he made more and more sheep, but man looked at them, looked at the sheep so hungrily. So Raven carefully placed them far up into the mountains so that man would kill or eat all of them at once. Then Raven went on making the fish, making the birds, and other animals, but he placed them in certain places so that man wouldn't kill them all. He put the fishes in the rivers, he put the birds in the skies. Then, finally, Raven realized that some of the pea pod plants will burst out other humans. And so Raven created a huge bear so that man would have something to fear. But after a few days, he noticed that man was lonely. So Raven went to the quietest corner of the earth so that man would notice what he was doing. Raven began working on a figure. It was like a man, but it was smaller and it was softer. Then, as he waved his wing over the figure, it sprang into life. And then he said to the man, "This is woman. She will be your helper and companion." The man was very pleased Together, man and woman filled the earth with their children, and before long Raven's earth filled with the sound of voices and overflowing with many forms of life.